The little princess who got lost at magic school, at the edge of the Silver Cloud Kingdom, where the sky always shimmered like polished glass and the air smelled faintly of honey and books, stood Moonbell Magic School. Moonbell Magic School was not like any ordinary school. Its towers leaned gently toward each other, as if whispering secrets. Its staircases liked to move when they felt bored, and its doors sometimes forgot whether they were doors or windows. Every morning, the school hummed softly, like it was clearing its throat before a long day of magic. This was where the little Princess Eloria went to school. Eloria was very small for a princess. Her crown was light as a feather and often slipped sideways when she ran. She loved pink ink, star-shaped buttons, and asking too many questions. Most of all, she loved learning magic, not the loud, sparkly kind, but the quiet magic that helped things grow, heal, and find their way. On this particular morning, Eloria skipped through the golden school gates, holding her tiny satchel tight against her chest. Inside her satchel were one notebook that liked to giggle, 3 crayons, blue, yellow, and almost purple, a sandwich wrapped in cloud paper, and a courage charm her mother had sewn into the lining.
Today is corridor studies day. I won't be late,
Eloria said to herself happily. But Moonbell Magic School, as always, had other ideas. A turn too many. After morning greetings, Eloria left her classroom to deliver a note to Professor Owlfeather in the East Wing.
I'll be right back,
She told her best friend, Pip, the teacup sprite.
Don't talk to the mirrors. They like to argue.
Pip called after her. Eloria giggled and skipped away. At first, everything felt familiar. The hallway floors glowed softly beneath her shoes. The walls were lined with portraits of former students waving politely. A clock floated by, ticking backward. Then Eloria turned a corner. And then another. And then another. The floor tiles changed from moon patterns to tiny stars. The walls grew taller. The ceiling drifted higher, like it was stretching. Eloria slowed down.
This doesn't look like the East Wing,
She whispered. She turned around, but the hallway behind her had become a gentle spiral. Her heart gave a small thump. Eloria was lost. The quiet feeling. At first, Eloria tried not to worry.
It's okay. I can find my way.
She told herself bravely. She took a step forward. The hallway split into 3 paths. She took another step back. Now there were 4. Her satchel felt heavier. Suddenly, the school felt very big, and Eloria felt very small. A quiet feeling crept into her chest. Not a loud crying feeling, not a panicky one. It was the kind of feeling that makes your throat tight and your eyes blinky. Eloria sat down on the floor and hugged her knees.
I don't like being lost,
She whispered. The walls didn't answer. The portraits had gone silent. Even the clocks had stopped ticking. Remembering what to do, Eloria closed her eyes. Her teacher's voice floated gently into her mind.
If you feel lost, first stop your feet, then breathe your breath, then listen.
Professor Moonroot always said. So, Eloria stopped. She took one slow breath in and one slow breath out. She listened. At first, she heard nothing. Then tap, tap, tap. She opened her eyes. A helpful friend with too many legs. Standing in front of her was a library spider. He wore tiny spectacles and carried a rolled-up map almost bigger than himself.
Oh, hello.
Eloria said,
Ah, a student. You appear geographically puzzled,
said the spider, adjusting his glasses.
I'm lost.
Eloria admitted softly. The spider nodded kindly.
That happens often here. The school enjoys rearranging itself.
He unrolled his map. It immediately folded itself back up.
Map's feeling shy today,
He said. Eloria smiled a little.
Do you know the way back?
She asked. The spider thought carefully.
I know a way, but not the whole way.
He said.
That's okay. I just need some help.
Eloria said. The spider beamed.
Splendid! Follow me.
The hallway of feelings. They walked together into a soft glowing corridor filled with floating bubbles. Inside each bubble was a tiny picture. A child laughing. A child hiding. A child feeling scared. A child feeling proud.
This is the hallway of feelings. Everyone passes through it at some point.
Explained the spider. One bubble drifted close to Eloria. Inside it was a little princess sitting on the floor, hugging her knees.
That looks like me.
Eloria said quietly.
Yes, it shows how you feel when you are lost,
said the spider gently. Eloria watched the bubble carefully. Then she noticed something else. In the corner of the bubble, the little princess was also standing up just a little.
She's trying.
Eloria said. The spider nodded.
Feelings can be heavy, but they don't stop us from moving.
Eloria felt warmer inside. When the spider couldn't go further, at the end of the hallway, the spider stopped.
I can't go beyond this point. Library rules,
He said apologetically.
That's okay. Thank you for helping me.
Eloria said. The spider bowed.
Remember, asking for help is a kind of magic.
With that, he scuttled away. Eloria was alone again. But this time, she didn't feel quite so small. The garden that whispers directions. Ahead of her was a door made of leaves. She pushed it open and stepped into a hidden garden. Flowers leaned toward her and whispered softly. Left, right, slow. Eloria tilted her head.
Are you telling me where to go?
The flowers nodded, petals fluttering. She followed their whispers carefully. At one point, she hesitated.
What if I choose the wrong way?
She asked. A sunflower bent low and said,
Trying is never wrong.
So Eloria tried, the lost and found tower. Soon, she reached a tall tower with a sign that read, Lost and found, people included. Inside, a kind old caretaker polished a shelf full of lost things. One missing sock, 3 forgotten worries, a bravery button.
Oh, we've been waiting for you.
She said when she saw Eloria.
For me?
She asked.
Yes.
She said, handing her a small glowing stone.
This helps students find what they need, not always what they're looking for.
Eloria held the stone. It grew warm. Suddenly, she knew what to do. Finding her way back, Eloria followed the warmth of the stone. past the giggling stairs, past the arguing mirrors. She didn't talk to them. Past the spiraling hallway, now straight and calm. And then,
Eloria!
Pip the teacup sprite came flying toward her.
There you are. We were worried. I got lost, but I found my creation.
Eloria said honestly. Pip smiled.
You look different.
Eloria thought about that.
I think I'm a little braver now.
The lesson of the day. Back in class, Professor Moonroot smiled knowingly.
What did we learn today?
She asked. Eloria raised her hand.
Being lost is scary, but stopping, breathing, and asking for help helps. And even when you feel small, you can still move forward.
The classroom sparkled softly. Professor Moonroot nodded.
That is very important magic.
A peaceful ending. That night, Eloria lay in bed, her crown placed carefully on the table beside her. She wasn't afraid of the big school anymore, because now she knew, even in a place full of twists and turns, even when you feel lost, you are never truly alone. And with that comforting thought, the little princess drifted into a gentle, shining sleep. The end.